Official beginning.
3, 2, 1.
Is it the same one?
Yeah.
Let's like just talk over it.
Do we want
That
to?
smells delicious.
I don't think we need to change it yet.
Change what?
Are we going to change it?
The intro. No, it's good.
Mm.
Is that the caffeinated one?
Yeah.
You gonna leave it in the lobby or in the loft? You gonna take it for your office? There's only non-caffeinated out there.
I know. Nobody likes the non-caffeinated.
I drank it anyway.
I mean, you can try it. Pink lemonade. It's really good.
Oh wait, is this new? Oh damn!
Yeah, we just got 3 new flavors. I got pink lemonade, rocket pop for 4th of July. As you can tell, it showed up 2 weeks late, and then blood orange. Blood orange is really good too. It's like very like mellow.
They're all the caffeinated versions.
Yeah, they're all the good ones.
I'll leave it there for a little promo spot.
You don't have to do
Put
that.
the little rug around it.
Perfect.
We're recording early in the week. This feels weird,
Yeah.
but that's good.
Happy Monday.
Oh.
Happy Friday to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
The team needs 5 days to edit a podcast.
That's not why we're recording.
Speed up your shutter, bro.
There's a lot of reasons.
All right,
we're
what do we got
recording
going
early.
on now?
When? This week?
Yeah,
Or just in general? Jordan's got questions again. We're going to roll with that.
let's rip them, bro.
Wait,
Yeah,
we're just
I
jumping
mean-
right into those?
Yeah, let's jump into them.
You want to do questions before we talk about what's on the table right now? We got a full presentation going.
Oh wait, this is out now.
We did
This
map
is-
it out.
All right,
Yeah, by
let's-
this point, it's
let's-
out.
Let's show the people.
We're just going to go right into a hard sell.
All right, let's show them the most important thing. As you can tell, I designed the boxes. That's me on my wooden boat. Look at that. I mean, that's it. Who took that photo? Jordan took that photo. Jordan, is this the best photo you've ever taken?
It is one of the best photos I've ever
That's a
taken.
good answer.
That was your photo in the magazine for Bob Bailey.
Yeah, they called me Bob Bailey, and then they cropped out the mountains.
Did they crop it out?
They did. There wasn't enough room.
The biggest difference I think you talked about already was the write-ups people did for themselves versus yours.
Yeah,
When I looked through.
yeah. And then you open it up, and then here, this is
This
just
would be
Rob and
popping
Dana
out.
off into the sunset there. Oh wait, this is a podcast. No one can see. All right, sorry. So yeah, enamelware set. If you guys can't see, just imagine it.
Just close your eyes
Imagine
and
it.
Imagine our branded duck camo on enamelware.
Enamelware is sick. I feel like I already talked about enamelware on the last one.
I don't know. I'm getting them all confused now.
Did a little bit, but now it's actually out and in the world, so people
Oh.
can go and grab it right now.
Here
Oh,
it
we
is.
definitely talked about it.
No handout.
This is a good shot too. Jordan, who took that shot?
That was me.
Man, who took this shot?
That was me. All
Man.
Jordan shots.
Damn, Jordan. Jordan, you are. Do people still write published photographer in their email or their? That's like a thing.
I
you
think
open.
they
Award-winning photographer and published
Yeah,
photographer.
girls used to put published model. That was like
Mm-hmm.
a thing they would put, but they don't do it anymore. I don't know if anyone cares about
I
being
think it's still
published.
valid.
I don't even know what being published is. This is published, dude. You exist.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Do you take any of
Proof of my
these and
existence.
keep them at your house?
No, I do not.
I would if I was you.
I really do. I love looking at them though.
All right. Color
there
grading
they
on
are.
this one's a little off. That's all right. Shutter speed looks right though.
Appreciate that. Fast enough.
Yeah, fast enough.
Yeah, look how tacked that fire is.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. I'm trying to think if I photoshopped that fire for the photo.
No,
I don't think I
that's
did.
exactly how it is. Yeah,
Not the sunset though. I had to add the sunset, spice that up a little bit.
yeah. The sunset wasn't that crazy that night.
No, I made it sexier because or else it would have just been like, look at that. All right, enough about what people can't see. Enamelware sets for sale. Buy doubles of everything. Hopefully, you have someone to go camping with. If you camp by yourself, it'll be nice because you'll have an extra one to offer
Whoever.
if you meet a friend.
yeah,
We went
exactly.
camping overnight
friends of
last Wednesday. Oh, dude, North Fork last Wednesday was not okay.
Why?
Dude, every single spot. There was like people parked in not spots, and we actually kept going all the way up to. We camped next to you there once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. By the words,
yeah. You just keep going. We were 2 hours away.
you were about 10 miles from the Canadian border.
I know. I threw a baseball to Canada.
Damn.
Yeah, with no
Over the
passport.
mountains?
I just threw it there.
Do you need a passport to throw things?
I invaded their country.
I would think so.
But invading it with baseball is kind of like a compliment.
Yeah,
It's like only adding.
You're right. So I added to their country by throwing a
They're
baseball
like, America's pastime.
or
take
littering,
this."
littering maybe, right?
Littering also.
But we went up there and it was like not what I like because like we pulled up and there was obviously a spot, but there was someone right next to us. And we pulled up and I was like, Drew, what do you want to do? And he's like, I'll go talk to him. Because Drew's like the friendliest dude ever. I don't know if you've known that about Drew. And he like walked over and starts talking to him. And we had Tegan with us, who's 8 years old, and they had an 8-year-old daughter.
Perfect.
And like watching 2 8-year-olds make friends, they like ran up to each other like this, like 2 feet away from each other. And they're like, hi. It's like, hi. It's like, do you like barnyard pups? I don't know what the hell they're talking about. And it's like, no. It's like, do you like this? And I was like, yeah. And I was like, all right, do you want to go run to the water? And they're like, yes. And they just ran to the water. And then they were fishing together and like, they were just best buddies. And then when it got pitch dark at night, they decided to play Ninja.
Ooh.
Yeah. So Ninja is a game where you run into the deep woods and hide like ninjas.
Nope.
And I was like, so you guys don't know about bears. But and then they don't say anything because they're ninjas. They're being silent. So like you go out into the woods to find them and they're like, you're like, okay, so this is sick.
Yeah.
I like this. The kids are lost in the woods and playing Ninja.
Best part is I've seen grizzly bears and black bears on that beach.
Yeah, it's the thick of it. Like if you're going to see bears, they're there. And the kids are just, they don't know.
No.
You know,
Bearware.
they got to learn the hard way, getting eaten by a bear.
Exactly.
And
Or
we
at least
have
like gently mauled.
no, how about not at all?
Well, you would have to be quiet because you're playing ninja. So.
Oh, I guess, yeah.
Well, no, they know
You can scare the
karate.
bear.
They know karate, dude.
Yeah, also true.
All right.
Real quick, put a bear in a guillotine.
Was that the first question?
I guess, yeah.
That was a question?
All right. What's the second
What was the
question?
question?
Well, people want to know about some products and stuff. First of all,
Is that-
overalls.
are
restock.
people really asking about products in the
Yes.
questions?
These are
Yeah.
actual things that people are asking. I actually got multiple asking about the overalls specifically because I checked on the website this morning because I was like, what sizes are we really out of? 40s we are completely out of for the unisex, like the men's ones, and then 36s and 38s we're out of 2 out of the 3 lengths. So we're like picked pretty thin right now.
Yeah. So in me giving my overalls to like friends and stuff, people shoot for their exact size. And what I try to encourage people to do is I'm like, go longer. Like when they bunch up around your boots, or like I go longer. I'm not a 36, and I go 36. Like they bunch, I roll them, I cuff them. So I encourage people to go longer because there's nothing worse than short ones. So you can always go longer. And then also you can size up a little bit
Yeah,
because they are fitted. But yeah, we desperately need a restock.
absolutely.
We can't keep them in stock.
Yeah.
It's painful.
Good problem, but also bad problem.
It's a bad problem.
It's a bad problem for us.
Yeah. And them.
It's a good problem because people want them.
That is the silver lining.
Bad problem that we can't give them to them.
That's the silver lining.
Also, new colors. People are wanting to know if we're coming
Oh.
out with anything new.
I
It
didn't
feels
know
like
what
it's
you
a
wanted
never
to
ending,
indulge in there.
thing of new
Yeah,
colors.
we have new colors, but sort of like the Oscar pants we talked about last week is we have to make the fabric, dye the fabric. So I would say maybe new colors in fall,
Yeah.
but probably more like winter. Yeah.
Okay. Speaking of fall, people are already starting to talk about flannels. Now, I feel like everyone's already just skipping past summer and just
Man,
looking
they're
forward
really-
to all the
They're really
all the
beating
fall
me
stuff.
up here.
Yeah, they want to know what's coming.
No, I was getting my ass kicked in the other room. Like I'm overwhelmed today with everything. And I had the thought of like, man,
Just got to make
the cool thing,
podcast.
if I can just make it to the podcast, it's at least a safe room and like we
Safe
can
space.
giggle and talk and all the pressure's kind of off of me because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great. And now I'm in here and it's just, I'm sweating. Like, I don't know. You know, when someone says something, your body temp rises
All the
just a
time,
little
yeah.
bit. That's what's happening to me right now. I'm like sweating. Yeah, flannels are in the works. We're developing new patterns. The problem with flannels is we went really deep on the initial order. So I've been fighting with Drew to buy more because we're still fully stocked on all the flannels. So like the argument is, well, if people aren't buying those, why would we come out with new colors? Because we're leveraged so heavily. Because, okay, when we were just a t-shirt company, like t-shirts are pretty inexpensive and you can just print them and then they sell and they don't take up much room. But the overalls are 5 times more expensive, right? So for every one t-shirt, we can buy, or for every 5 t-shirts, we can buy 1 overall. So instead of being leveraged out like $1 million for t-shirts, like if we were just a t-shirt company, for me to have $1 million out and be like, all right, let's sell this. It's, something. But now we have $1 million in t-shirts, $5 million in overalls, and we don't even have full size runs. And then it's like, and then we need to bring in another 200,000. So it's juggling the money and really trying to figure out how we justify, having so many variations in colors. So if I see a little spike in flannels,
secret flannel
a
sale
little
right now?
I mean, if you could do a secret flannel sale and we could show Drew that like, hey, we sold 100, 200 flannels, that would convince him. Yeah, do a flannel sale real quick.
There's a little secret flannel sale.
Plug one in.
Look out!
Because that's all we need. We just need the numbers to show Drew. So the way this all works, Austin's in charge of marketing, I'm in charge of design, and Drew is in charge of ordering and quantities and inventory management, forecasting, and all that. So he's a little more analytical. I like to follow my heart. So yes, we have some in the works. We have samples. We just need to be convinced to pull the trigger, because we're doing a lot of other really fun things this winter. So with our budget, we're creating a couple really cool like sweatsuits. Yep. We're developing some new jackets. Like we have some really cool things in the works. It's just how much can we do? There's only so much money, bro.
That's true. There's only so much money in the world. A little bit of a break from the pressure. How was your weekend? How was 4th of July?
Oh wow, that's a softball.
Change of gears.
Softball. Austin, how was yours? Did you ignore your family or did you get to see them?
No, we did a bunch of stuff.
Did you win your golf thing?
No. I came in 7th out of 20 in my flight.
So halfway.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with how I played. I took it.
Wait, what's your flight? What's a flight mean?
So flights in golf, there's no weight classes.
Of course.
So it would essentially be by flight. So it's all handicapped by the flight. So my flight was all players 6 to 10 handicap.
Mm-hmm.
The flight below me, like second flight, would have been, I think it was 2 through 5, and then there's the first flight, and then there's the championship.
What's my handicap?
Your handicap would be like whatever.
Like a 20?
At least, yeah.
At least a 20?
That's
like
essentially. 30? I don't know. I don't know what like the allowance is, the maximum.
I don't want to be handicapped.
No, it'd be better if you just didn't. But yeah, I didn't. I played 7th out of 20. I was pretty happy with how I hit it. I had one really bad hole on day 1. It was a 3-day tournament.
Are there people with no handicaps?
Yeah, scratch golfers. And then a championship flight. Like there was a lot of collegiate players that like flew in from like their schools because this is like their off time.
All right.
Season wise.
So you did good there. What about the family stuff?
We tried going to Avalanche. That was unsuccessful.
Why?
Because I didn't realize that you needed a pass to even get to Avalanche.
Yeah. To enter the park, you need a pass.
Yeah. No. And then you need a going to the Sun Road reservation to get to Avalanche. I have a park pass. So we got into...
Oh, yeah. You need a reservation to get
We got into the
gates.
park, and then once we got into the gates, we went up to Apgar, and then Apgar, there was a stop sign, which I'd never seen before. And that's where they were checking the going to the Sun Road reservations.
You got to get there early. How early you got to get there?
I mean, it depends. A lot of people do it online, weeks in advance, or the day.
No. You can go before the stop sign opens.
Usually we go
Oh,
up.
yeah. I mean, before 7 a.m., I think you can just drive right on.
Any other time I've gone before the park opened, so I didn't even need the park pass. But since we were...
so you drove all the way out there to get shut down.
Well, then we just went to Lake McFarland. We stayed there for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
We just like pulled over in the dock
else?
that we always go to. Did some yard work. Got to cut the grass today, but got some normal like Austin yard work shit done. Got the garages all organized, built some shelving and just house stuff.
Man, you're an adult.
Yeah. It's a lot.
Hell yeah.
Being an
Insert
adult.
Austin
No, he
lawn
wants, like,
mowing
this
video right now.
video of
Make
me-
him do it tonight.
Do we have a video?
Right now.
No.
Welcome back.
He wants me to ride on my lawnmower tonight and get him a video.
I love that he's in charge of this.
But yeah, that was our weekend.
All right.
You?
Weather was pretty bad.
Yep.
Went on the boat. Went on the Mastercraft. Drew fell asleep right away.
On the boat?
Kind of weird. Yeah. Like.
Wait, what? It was really windy Wednesday.
Yeah. We went out. We went out Thursday, and wasn't that bad. It was the two kids, Drew and Jen. They fell asleep instantly, so I was just wrestling with
In
kids on
charge.
the boat. Did that for a while. Went home. Ooh, I pulled out a giant stump.
Really?
Dude, this stump is. I had to dig down 6 feet to get the stump out, and it was so heavy I couldn't lift it with my excavator,
Really?
which is like
What are you doing with it? You just needed to
I
like.
pulled it out of the ground. I'm making a circle pen for the horses, so I did that. Did a barbecue with the family, and then we were playing the fireworks by ear. And the last minute, we were like, "Let's go out."
Oh, you went?
Yeah,
Where'd you go? Just on the boat?
City Beach. No, the boat was too windy, so we went to City Beach.
How crazy was City Beach?
So I get a lot of like intuition feelings. Like I just get weird feelings. And I used to not pay attention to them. And now I really try to pay attention. Like if I think something, I'm like, ooh, that was put in my brain for a reason. So as I'm going to City Beach, I don't like being in crowds. And as I parked, I thought to myself, like, ooh, I didn't bring my gun. And then for some reason I thought active shooter. And I was like, shit, don't think that. That's really shitty. So I'm walking there, and of course, that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, fuck, man. Like, small town Montana. There was just that thing in Idaho. Like, I really hope nothing weird happens. So we get there, and I'm like, I'm kind of paying way too much attention to it. And the group
Because
of,
you feel like you've been called.
I feel like, why did you think that? And now I'm like hyper aware, paying attention to everything. It's like raining, it's cold. And there's a group in front of us that has a speaker.
Okay.
And they're playing a song, and it's Bye bye Miss American Pie. Drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. And good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing "This will be the day that I die" on repeat 7 times. And I just kept hearing like, "This'll be the day that I was like, what? There's too many things. Fuck." So I talked to Dana. I was like, Dana, you grab a kid.
You're like beginning to explain like this situation to her that didn't unfold yet.
No, I'm just sitting there. But after the 7th time hearing them sing the chorus of "This will be the day that I die," I was like, all right, Dana, these are what's happening. These are the I don't know why my brain's doing this. I'm fixated on it. I don't have a weapon on me. I'm going to run at them. So we're just fully committed to that. You run, grab the kids and run the other way. And then nothing happened.
Yeah,
So,
just fireworks happened.
just fireworks.
And people like
But
that song.
fireworks were great. Kids loved it. And then went home and went to sleep. And then I don't really remember the rest of my weekend. Really busy, zooming around all weekend.
Yeah.
Been taking the dogs to the dog park recently.
Oh,
You want to watch something hilarious? My dog's at the dog park.
just running around.
Shaw is so big.
Yeah.
Like, I know he's big because he's 180 pounds.
Yeah, he's bigger than me.
I know he's a lot bigger than you.
Yeah.
I know he's big, but then seeing him run around with other dogs, it's like the craziest thing. So
Are you on like high alert that he's not going to like do weird shit while he's there?
No,
he's
he
fine.
He just
Yeah,
slobbers on
yeah.
everybody. Yeah. But yeah, really good weekend, man. Got a lot done, like a lot off my list.
Hell yeah.
So
What about you?
I did nothing. It was
Nothing
the
at
most
all?
amazing. Yeah, I like woke up early and did a whole bunch of chores, and then I caught up on some like personal editing of stuff, and then had like nice call with the girlfriend and just did chores. all
Jenna
day.
was out of town, so he had like
That's a good-
pass.
that's
I didn't leave the house.
Oh, whoa.
It was amazing.
That's even weirder.
That would
Yeah.
be me.
Not leaving the house.
I went to
100%.
sleep at 8:30. Like it was fantastic. I slept through all of the fireworks.
Okay.
We didn't sleep through fireworks because it sounded like they were happening on our driveway.
So wait, did your daughter not see fireworks?
No, she was asleep. They started setting them off in our neighborhood at like 11.
Okay. All right. What's the next question?
Next, camping gear. People want to know about like the hammocks that we had back in the day. Are we coming out with anything like that again? Any other camping stuff? Especially now that we have these.
We're coming out with those.
Yeah.
Hard goods, like goods like that are on the docket.
Specifically the hammock. I would love to see another one.
I'd like to see a hammock again. We were like ahead of our time with the hammock.
That's what I said.
Like
to
now
Jordan
hammocks
this
are
morning.
out everywhere. We had to like show people what they were back in the day.
Yeah.
Because we released hammocks 13
It was probably
years ago.
2016 was when we
Yeah,
did the one in the gym.
9 years ago.
I should have grabbed it out of my rig. I still have
I have
the one
3 of
from
them
that release.
hanging
I
up in
love
my garage. Sorry, my cell phone's dinging. Yeah, I got 3 of them in my garage. They're great. They're still great.
Mhm.
Like if we just made the same exact one, it would be great. I don't know where hammock technology is gone. Like, is it?
I don't know if it's really gone anywhere except for adding more things on top, like
Oh, of course.
adding a net and like
Yeah, we're not
here's a
doing all
full
that.
enclosure.
I'm not a big
Oh, really?
like.
yeah.
I'm not a big strap things, more things to other things guy.
Yeah.
Even when I went camping, like I was setting up my camp bin, and I looked at it and I was like, I feel like I'm missing everything. And I got out there, and when I came back, I unpacked it. I was like, I didn't use any of this stuff.
Hell yeah.
Like all I need is a jump box. I had a hatchet, jump box, and a hatchet, and Starlink.
Yeah, I feel like I feel like you get to a point where, at least it happened for me, where I have so much camp gear,
You
and
get
then over the
excited.
years, it's now I'm removing camp gear from my setup.
Well, you get
to really
excited
optimize.
when you have the opportunity to like bring all the stuff.
Yeah,
Like it's kind
absolutely.
of like when you go to the gym, right?
I was gonna
Like,
say lifting.
there's people
same
that
thing.
they get a duffel bag and then they have everything in it, and it's like, what is in your bag? And then eventually you're just like, oh, I don't need any of this stuff at all. Yeah,
It's cool to have. Just in
yeah.
case.
Camp stuff. I mean, just because it's top of brain, I just approved the apron.
Yeah, I saw that.
We're doing an apron, and I'm really excited because we have the apron. The branding's wrong. I'm going to sew the branding on, because one of the other things I did this weekend was I started taking apart my wooden boat, which is going to be a project.
Are we rebuilding now?
We're not rebuilding, but you know when you start doing research on something,
Yeah.
and I'm like starting to do research, and like there's just it all depends. I'm not going to change the engine. I'm probably going
Right.
to move it to an alternator instead of a generator. But it started out by just being like, hey, let's make a wiring harness. So easy enough making a wiring harness, but like I don't have a temp gauge. So like I was like, well, I'll just add a temp gauge. And I was like, wait, the temp gauge needs to match all my other gauges, which means now I need to like
Do a whole cluster.
do a new cluster, but get a time sensitive one. It's sort of evolving now. Like the whole interior is out. It's like maybe I cut new sidewalls. I don't know enough about wooden boat like etiquette, right? Like I did the one show, but I don't know all the rules. Cause like the one thing that I want to do, like, you know, the rug in my room, the Oriental
Yeah.
rug. I mean, if I think about a boat, it's like, so right now the baseboard is wood, right?
Mhm.
So it looks great. But like I want it to be Oriental rug. Is that
Frowned upon.
am I ruining
Yeah.
a classic boat, or so I don't know.
Are they really that like strict on criteria? Did you see anyone else at the boat show with like kind of out there stuff?
No, and that's
I
what
think that's like anything though. Like if you went camping and you saw someone build a fire a certain way or do something in particular, like it might not necessarily be right or wrong, but for the purist, it might be something.
yeah, but like
Fair.
even when we went out with Hunter, right? Like he started the fire with a blowtorch,
Yeah.
and I was like, like there's a level
Yeah.
to like let's see how primitive you can go, right? And then if you saw a guy out in the woods dump a gallon of gas and then stand back and like throw a match in it, and you're sort of like, that's not really how you do it, man. Like that's being an asshole. So I think there's in every scene there's a way to do things that's cool,
Yeah.
and then looks like you don't know what you're doing, right? And that's what I don't want to do is like get too far, and then I don't want to be like the AutoZone boat. I'm not going to be the AutoZone boat because I think I have enough taste not to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But I also don't know if like putting carpet in there, like I know I'm going to get the, hey, it's going to get wet and not
Yeah.
dry, and it's like, yeah, and then I'll just put new carpet in. But you know, I have a lot of research to do. Wiring harness, it should be an easy job, but I want to wear the apron when I do it. Like as I'm working on stuff, I just want to be wearing the apron.
Which that thing's so.
That thing's
slick.
gonna be super sick. Yeah,
very very.
I don't know what I'm
stoked.
going to do in the apron. Just
you're gonna
so
grill,
much.
dude. You're the grill master.
I did grill a lot this weekend. I grilled a lot.
Yeah,
this
you're the grill master.
Oh, speaking of
Good point.
Grill Master, kind of last week we talked about all the places and things to do here, but we didn't dive into food, which apparently people want to know.
Food?
As far as food here in the Valley, we're kind of limited on options in some things, and then have like a wealth in other areas. Like DeSoto Grill in Kalispell is like one of my absolute favorite places. But what do you guys like? Do you guys have places in the valley that you go back to recurring, or it's like a special night?
You know my spot,
No.
the golf course.
Oh, the golf course is the dark horse.
Yeah, I guess you'd call it that. It's like the sleeper.
Mm-hmm.
The Whitefish golf course.
Whitefish.
Every time I
restaurant,
go there,
yeah.
I'm always like, meh. And then I eat there. And I'm like, Dana, we need to come here all the time.
Yeah.
Geez, man. So in the valley, I eat out a decent amount.
Mm-hmm.
And I always think, man, this is so good. Like, we are so lucky to have all these really good restaurants until I travel somewhere else.
And then you see,
And then
how
I
many.
eat it like, so like steakhouses, for example. Like, I really like going to the Lodge. I think
Yep.
they have really good steak. Urban Omni downtown is a
Yep.
good steak. Everywhere has like a pretty good steak. Like, they're all really good. But then you go somewhere else, like a big city, and I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, our sushi's good.
I don't think we're necessarily known for our food.
No, I don't
here.
think we're known for our food. But that's the thing, though, is like everything's really good.
Yeah. What about local charm type of spots? Like there's like the Spot in Kalispell
Mhm.
is one of my favorites. Where like even if that was
Yeah, they do good.
like no matter where that'd be, I feel like that'd be a solid operation. And they do enough new things and like local cool stuff, like swapping up donut menu all the time.
Well, if we're gonna do
like,
that, I like the
from
Night
scratch.
Owl.
Oh yeah,
The
Night Owl is
my
amazing.
jam, dude. Because it's exactly what it should be,
Mhm.
right? Like, it is like, oh, you want to hit a diner? Cool, hit a diner. And then like, if I don't want to feel heavy, I'm like, oh, I go to the Buffalo
Buffalo
like-
Cafe.
Buffalo cafes.
Yeah.
So that's sort of my decision. Is like, if I want to be really full and a little sleepy and I'm not mad at it, I I go to the Night Owl. But if I want like a really solid breakfast that I can still operate after, I go to the Buffalo. Those are my two spots.
Echo Lake Cafe I went to for
Ooh,
breakfast
that's
for
a
the
good
first
one.
time
It's a
like
drive though.
a couple months ago. Yeah. It was
Yeah.
worth it.
It's a drive.
Plus I ate like an asshole that day, so it made
Yeah,
it
no,
even
I
more
mean,
worth
dude,
it.
there's nowhere bad. Like, I think that's what it comes down to is like,
The only thing I would say that's like really missing is Chinese food. Like
Oh,
really, really.
I agree. I
good
wish we had
Chinese
Mm.
food.
better Chinese food here in the valley.
teens.
Teens are pretty good.
Yeah.
It's
I've
not.
never
It's
been.
not like
I
this.
guess
You never
Maybe I'm
been?
just
that's
missing out.
that's your good Chinese food.
Yeah.
That'll
It's not like
accomplish
the
that.
standard like East Coast fast lunch special General's chicken that you're looking for.
That like puts
it-
you to sleep.
Yeah, like it's
Yeah.
not that, but it's good quality. Like when we were over at 110, we used to get it a lot.
Yeah.
All right.
Someone
TNs.
asked about food in the
Add to the
valley.
list. Yeah.
Hmm.
People want to know. I
People
think
are
a lot
planning.
of people come out here
Oh yeah.
even just for like their family vacations.
For the next car
and stuff.
event on August 16th.
Yep.
Phew. I'm the amount of stress I feel about that car event already is crazy.
And then when we're done this, we have to like make a video for it. So that just adds on
yeah,
to
we
the
do have to make that
stress.
video. We
on
gotta make a
top
video
of the-
today. The video will be easy. Video will be easy because it'll be like, hey, we're doing a car event again, but it's stuff that didn't cost money is starting to cost money. We're adding to things. You know, I think that's one of the things is awesome. We raised $20,000, but I also think people just saw the size of the event and now they're like, oh, okay, cool. So things are going to change.
Yeah.
But it's just some logistics to figure out. No big deal.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be exciting, especially like the team here came together so well
Yeah.
for this, not really knowing exactly what to expect. That next time I'm excited to see how that works out.
Yeah, and next time we're gonna have 10,000 people, guaranteed. Like next time is gonna be everything that was logistical headache is gonna tenfold. Like it's gonna get
Yep.
wild because it's such a cool event. Like it's so rad. That yeah, I mean, like last time people were like, oh, I didn't know I could bring my car. So it's like we're gonna have more cars, we're gonna have more spectators. I mean, we're gonna add motocross freestyle in addition to snowmobiles. Like we have,
Doubled the amount of drifters.
I think more than that.
Yeah,
I
crazy.
think we're gonna have 15 drift cars. So it's gonna like the whole thing is gonna be nonstop action. And then we have other things too that aren't quite nailed down, so I don't want to announce, but like it's gonna be chaos the whole day where you don't even know where to look. It's gonna be sick. But it's gonna take a lot of work. I'm excited
So many things to be
and
excited
nervous.
Yeah, and we have like a month.
Yeah. We haven't even told anybody yet.
Month and a half. We got time.
Barely.
New Land and Ammo. People want to know about what you're doing on the music front.
Ooh, I have a full Land and Ammo album.
Really?
Yep.
Just like sitting?
Just sitting.
Damn.
I have a full Land and Ammo album. I have a full Kill Rob Bailey album. 10 songs. And I have a new Rob Bailey and the Hustle Standard.
Shit.
Just I don't have the resources to release it.
Just on deck.
I don't have the
Just
resources.
queued up.
Yeah.
You need like Jazzy Jeff, like a music.
Well, I mean, I could
manager.
just upload it,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna. No one's gonna know.
I
Right?
had ideas for a new Land and Ammo album that we could talk about offline. That I think could be
Yeah.
kinda cool.
I want to have really good visuals.
Yeah.
So, the metal visuals are hard because like my band's not here, right? Like my band's on the East Coast or they're on tour, and it's like so. It has to be good, but like what do I really have? And then Land and Ammo, like I guess I could do that, but same thing. It's like I don't have a video. I don't really have any resources to put anything together. So just on deck, just sitting, just 21 songs just on my computer.
Exciting. I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
That gets me
21 songs on my computer.
I feel like I know some of the songs, but not all of them.
Hallelujah.
That one I know.
That song is a banger. And
Yeah.
that's the big song that's holding me up from releasing the album.
Because you want that.
Is because like I need to make 20 reels for that to make sure that like that song gets, because that song's so good. It's so good, but it's just a matter of scheduling. But like my schedule every single day for the next up until the car event's booked out. Like I'm booked every single day, full to the brim schedule. Like I don't have a single day where it's empty. So
Exciting.
which is very exciting.
Speaking on that, how has life changed for you since you stopped daily vlogging and now filled it with other things?
Oh my God.
Oh, that wasn't on the
So I'm getting I'm way more organized. Like I feel better, but it's hard for me to make content now. Like it's hard for me to pick up a camera. It's really, really hard. Yeah.
I mean, I was surprised when you went out last week, but also kind of relieved when you took your camera out there in the tripod and
Didn't
when I
use it.
stole it the other day, you were like, yeah, didn't even use it once.
No,
That
because
made me kind of happy.
yeah, I just enjoyed the whole thing, you know? And I think even like, you know, for example, I thought about it yesterday making the round pen. Was like, I was just having such a good time. Like such a good time running the excavator. I'm making Dana a trail through the woods to ride horses. And like, I'm just enjoying it. And if I had to set up a tripod and move it around and then like last night, whatever I did last night, but instead of doing that, being like, hey, I got 2 hours of editing to do. But I do miss it. I do miss the content and stuff like that. It's just too busy, man. Way too busy. So it's given me a lot more time to get things actually done, like things that run the business and things I should be doing as a CEO. But maybe once I retire from business, I will be a daily vlogger and I'll start my new profession. But right now it's like trying to do all the things at once is a lot.
Exciting. With that, I see it a lot out here. Like Josh is the AI guy, and I hear about it so much. What are your guys' thoughts on AI and like using that to manage your schedules and also like the creative process from things as big as like Photoshop and like adding things in creatively and then just scheduling in general?
I don't use it for scheduling at all. I did just plug our Alaska trip. So we're going to Alaska for 4 days and I plugged the Alaska trip in and it gave me an interesting, it's like close, you know, like it's like pretty close. I think even for copy, like you really have to prompt the shit out of it so it doesn't sound like ChatGPT. Because ChatGPT has a sound, has like a very specific reading. And I think that just like social media, I've been desensitized to like images and seeing stuff to where like I don't really even notice anything anymore. And I have some people that work here that come up with really big concepts and then they'll send them to me. And the second I realize it's all ChatGPT, I'm like, you put 4 seconds into this. I'm not going to give you 4 seconds. And I think that the consumer is going to feel that too, where the consumer is going to like start realizing like, oh, this is generated. Oh, this is like, and they're going to start reading less and trying to decipher more real. But that being said, I think it's, you know, Corbin, my assistant, super bull rider. I feel weird calling him my assistant because he's so much better than that. But same thing, like today he did shower heads. Like I said, as I came in, can you pull the shower heads and soak them in vinegar? And I searched like, what do you soak shower heads in to make them work better? And it was like vinegar. It's like sick. And then when he asked me, hey, how long do I soak these in vinegar for? I was like, I don't know. Ask ChatGPT. They're the ones that told me to put it in vinegar. So I think that like what I like about it is it's so much better than Google. Like Google, you search something and then have to like search through it all. It just gives you the answer. And then like you can prompt it again to go deeper. There's a bunch of really good uses for it. A bunch of really good uses. But same thing, there still needs to be a human in charge of it.
Absolutely.
Do
What about
you
you,
agree?
Ragz? Have you dabbled?
No, I agree. I haven't used it to nearly the extent people are. I've been like trying. I've been the one who's been like not necessarily anti it, but like, oh, I don't need it. Like I have my workflow and my structure, the way I like doing things. Been using it recently more so just to like help dump ideas out of my head and get feedback to then have me like think deeper on it, as opposed to like when you, like you say, you Google something and then it's like, cool, here's 10 links. Which one's going to give me the best information? I'm most using it as like a therapist, isn't the sounding board for like ideas when it comes to like campaigns and stuff like that. And like you said, I have a hard time using it for copy or anything like that because it's so bad. But like at the same point in time, there's the people out there that aren't judging their copy or their brand voice or even care enough so that like when they put it in and they get the answer back, they don't care what it sounds like. They don't care that it's formatted like Chat GPT or where the emojis are and all that stuff. So
and I still remember,
it's a great tool for people.
So I hired a guy 2 years ago to make a brand book for Flag Nor Fail. And I remember the first time I read it and I was like, whoa, this is so good. Like, holy shit. And looking back now, he just used ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And I thought that he was just a really good writer.
And that's the thing that like kind of sucks. And I don't know like where, I mean, maybe it sucks, maybe it's good, but like now all of a sudden you can put out really good PDFs on information or things you don't know about. But if you have good content or you're in shape enough or you can do good hooks because you saw Hormozy say how to do them, you're now selling PDFs and programs or coaching or whatever it is to people that you didn't even read. You don't even know what the content is about. You just are a good marketer, or you're not even a good marketer. You have a good physique and you can copy someone else's marketing strategies, which like that's where it'll start to get weird in the gray
Which
area.
I think it already is. I think
like
that stuff just doesn't perform as well. And then some people are making tons of money. You know, it's the same thing. Like I think when people first thought about coming out with ebooks, it was like, wait, ebook, get out of here. It's not even like a real thing. And it's the same thing. But I think it's a great tool. It's not like the tool. Like you have to still have a brain and work with it. But it is going to replace everything.
Yeah.
Just about. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm really excited. So I just put together a sponsorship book and someone else started it. And I looked at it and I was like, man, this is so lame. And on the second page, and I'm not sure if you saw it, but I wrote, in a world of AI and paid ads, make it real. And I think that's like, what I'm really hoping happens is people lean more towards real stuff. And I think that's the big opportunity here is like, yeah, it's going to take everyone's workload. Like, I love that Josh loves AI because AI will build your website for you. Like, you just say, build my website, and it just builds it. Like,
He's got like a big board with like 20 different AI engines on it. And has them all doing different things for him. It's crazy.
Yeah. And that's something that exists now, but a year from now, it'll exist for the average person to say, hey, build my Shopify site, and it'll be done. And it'll generate photos good enough based on scrap that like it's just going to do it. So yeah, like there's a certain amount of jobs that really need to learn, you know, what to do. Customer service, for example, like customer service is going to be done in like 6 months. And that's why, you know, we're giving our customer service other jobs, you know, like Lightroom's going to be done, dude.
I saw a post just yesterday where a dude took a picture of a car and then it was just a regular in a parking lot and he threw it in ChatGPT or some AI program and was like, give me a bunch of roller shots of this with like motion blur as if it was shot with a 24-70 f2.8 lens. And then it just did its thing, populated like 20 images that were all sick.
Yeah. And that's the big thing is like everybody's in trouble.
And that is like a good point because like you say, like it still needs the human to drive it, like to not just get junk out of it. Because if you have someone just say like, hey, take this photo and make it look cool, the AI is going to do one thing, the computer is going to do one thing, but then like you see the way people are actually prompting it, like true creatives or people that understand like photography or videography, like production. It's like they write essays describing like what to make the photo look like, what references it's using, where the lighting's coming from, what editing principles, what focal length the lens was shot on. And
But
that's where the human aspect still needs to be added to have it be like that extra level of special.
Yeah. Or what you can say is look at Jordan's
Copy
Instagram
someone
page
else's,
and
yeah.
copy what he's doing, and it'll just copy him.
Yeah.
It'll create the same presets, everything. So, yeah, I mean, it's just going to force everyone to get better and give everyone more time. But with that more time, you just need to figure out how to make yourself more valuable with your time. You know.
Absolutely. One more thing. Since we are a media company, you guys are obviously looking at the market so much, especially like you, Ragz. I'm curious, this is putting you on the spot a little bit. What brands and creators are you paying attention to the most that you're like admiring, or at least like, cool, they're doing something cool here?
Yeah. Brands, there's a few I follow. Malbin in the golf space, like what they're doing with community. I think we all know BPN's doing a lot of cool stuff in fitness and running, or just kind of making like the community aspect of fitness be cool. Creators, I honestly try not to go online too much. So like I don't have any like a favorite photographer, favorite videographer. I have a bunch of stuff that I've saved whenever I see it, whether it be like I saw a billboard and I take a picture of it, or on social media, but there's not like one person I could think of where it's like, oh, I need inspiration, I'm gonna go to that person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that answers your question.
A little bit in your own way. I mean,
I
there's
try
so
not
many
to stay
options
on
out there.
social
And
media.
I think it's easy for, especially like us, we look at a lot of media, so it can be a little overwhelming. And also I think at least myself, in the last couple of years, I've gotten more critical of what I see on social media and from like other companies, which means like when I see a company that really stands out to me, like Filson is one of my favorites that I look at a lot. It's like, all right, they're telling a story, and that's what I'm getting out of it. That I really enjoy their content because it feels a little more authentic.
Yeah.
They're doing more like deep dives into people's jobs and like what they're doing, which I feel like we've done here as well. Brands like that get me like super hyped. And there's some other brands that maybe are writing a little bit more of the wave of what's popular right now, whether that's like a certain editing style or a little bit more like streetwear in this way or that way, that feels like, all right, I saw that from this other brand 3 years ago or 2 years ago, and now this brand is just kind of like almost riding the coattails of it, or like copying in a way where it makes me appreciate it less, even if the media is the same.
Yeah.
So there's a problem of saturation there in some ways, but I think there are brands that definitely shine through, at least for me, in my taste. What about you, Rob?
I can't think of anyone.
No, that's what, like, even for me, picking the two that I said are just the two I'm most familiar with.
Even brands, like I haven't paid attention to a brand, which is, I mean, I'm having like a weird thought right now, but I haven't paid attention to a brand in a very, very long time. The only one I can think of is Heavy D, because he just came out with a video talking about Dodge, but like same thing, like he's a brand, obviously himself. But like I just watch how he structures all his videos, how he carries himself. But you know, that's an individual, that's a creator. But he just did a collab with Dodge, and I was sort of like watching more how it was structured and how the partnership was working. But no, there's no brands right now I'm paying attention to, which is weird. I never even thought of that. Like there's not even any creators that I'm like, ooh, I know that creator. Like I've lost touch with everything.
That's kind of how I feel. I'm like the same. Like I know BPN's top of mind for me because obviously supplements and what they did with the Last Man Standing race. Malbin, it's like I bring them up as an example in the golf space because I think they're doing a lot of things right, but I think there's also, in my opinion, a lot of things that could be improved upon.
Yeah, but even like BPN, like I paid attention. I paid attention to them for that race.
Yeah,
but I can't say I've thought about them since. Like I don't know. I guess
I think too. Like we're in a space now where, like to your point about Heavy D, it's like the people you follow are more so the brands now. Yeah. And like you're seeing what they post about, what they talk about, how they handle their media or certain campaigns when they're releasing something that less than brands, because I feel like a couple years ago it would be the brands had the money to make these high production stories and videos and media. And now the brands need the people that don't have the money that are just trying to make the content and stories. So it's like the roles are almost like
Yeah, it's very creator driven right now.
Yeah.
Like very creator driven, and the brands just utilize creators.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to before, it's like if we needed a big, all right, we have this big fall winter campaign we need to do, all the work would be on us, as opposed to now it's like you could do that just by finding 3 different people that already have really good content, that produce really good media on their own, and then figure out a way to work with them instead of like trying to house it from the brand perspective.
Yeah, very interesting.
Kind of compounding on that, I had a woman reach out to us that she had applied for a creative position with us in the past. I think she does videography and photography, and we kind of denied her on that. She wanted to know what it is that we look for in creatives, or like what's the big things that stand out to you when you're looking at people. Obviously, we have a lot of random projects and bring people on every once in a while. What are the things that stick out to you most, or that you would recommend people be critical of in their own work to really stand out?
So how I judge people, and I'm sure Austin does the same thing, is I just go to their Instagram page. Like that's the easiest way, right? Like if you make videos and you make media, your Instagram page better be banging. But I'm not saying it better be banging from like a production standpoint, but it has to be like engaging and really good. And you don't even need to be a personality, but like it needs to be sharp. And what I see a lot of times with people that apply for jobs, and then I see their work, and as I see their work, my first thought is like, how many people were involved in this project? How long did this take them, right? Because, I mean, a lot of it I look at, I'm like, okay, cool, that's a 2-day turn. But to some creators, that might be like 2 weeks. And it's like, we can't wait 2 weeks for a reel, dude. Get out of here. So it's always like, what's their turnaround time? What was their involvement in this project? And you never really know, right? So I always just go to their personal Instagram page. And half the time their personal Instagram page is so personal. Like it's like bad selfies or blurry photos of their dog. And it just shows that they don't have an aesthetic eye. And it's like, well, if you don't have an eye, like for example, if you sent me your portfolio, right? I'd be like, wow, these are all really sick photos, but this brand is doing a lot of the work for him in getting him there, getting the right models and all that. Let me go look at his personal page. I'll look at his personal page. Like, oh, this dude slaps on his own too. Like he understands how to curate a page. And I think with creators now, like if you just shoot video, that's great. You need to shoot video, and you also need to come up with the concepts, right? And that's why I think it's much less of a videographer now and more of a creator, to where like you need to be able to have a concept and some kind of angle, and you have to have more to you, or else like I can hold a camera, you can hold a camera, you can hold a camera. It takes a little bit of work off, but then they just sit there and look at you and they're like, well, what's next? And you have to come up with everything. So I reflect a lot back on their personal page and be like, okay, how do they curate a page? How do they present themselves? What do they think looks good? Because you're not uploading things on the Instagram that you don't think looks good, right? So that's sort of how I sort of backdoor the whole thing to sort of get more of a vibe of them. And then also they're going to be with us all the time. So like we need to mesh with them. Like, so we all know what like an uncool or bad personality does to the team, and it's exhausting.
Yeah.
So that's what I look for.
That I would say also like try to show a lot of variety and range in your work. Like more to Rob's point, it's like, especially out here, if we put up a position for a content creator, we get every sunrise photo from Glacier that looks like it'd be no different if you shot it, Hunter shot it, or the other 40,000 people shooting shots in Glacier. So show a little bit of variety outside of just like that one specific thing. Because you might be applying for a position, but someone evaluating you or what your skill set is can see past the fact of, oh, this is a video you did for this company. Have variety on your portfolio if that's something you're capable of doing. Show your best work. Don't like also put a bunch of junk work up there and then in the little description be like, oh, ignore all that stuff. There were school projects. Like, don't put them on there.
Yeah.
Like, this is your one chance. When we get creative positions that apply, I click on their website, and open up their Instagram in 2 separate tabs. And usually, like above the fold, I can tell if it's someone that I need to like look deeper into or not. And then if I get on your Instagram page, it's to check to make sure that like you're going to be a vibe with the brand.
Awesome. I think that answered the question pretty well, actually.
All right.
That's
Cool.
the last question I had for the day as well. So,
Wait, didn't I ask a question?
which question?
No, I typed a question. I didn't ask it.
Ooh.
You typed it.
How
in
much
there?
longer till your teeth get revealed?
Oh, let's see, 17 more months.
You did do the before
my
picture,
God.
right?
I did. Yeah, I do pictures weekly.
Oh, all right.
Where are they
every
uploaded
Wednesday
to? What Instagram page?
on my phone, Invisalign.
And you're like this, you're like,
No, I have like plastic retractors I put in my mouth.
oh my God.
So I could show you. It's like this blue thing and kind of like holds your cheeks out and then holds your lips open so it's just your mouth. Then you take
Sounds like a horror movie.
front, sides. You take front and then the 2 profiles with and without the trays, and then with and without your bite open.
I'm so stoked to see it.
I don't
like,
want to see
before and
those
after.
photos. I just want to see
That-
it before and after.
Yeah, the before and after will happen. It's gonna be sick.
17 months. Put it
17
on
We're,
your
we're,
calendar,
see,
guys.
we're seeing. I'm seeing progress when the trays aren't in now. Like I can visibly see that like stuff is happening.
That's pretty cool.
So we're getting there.
All right. That was my only question.
Damn, that was a good question. I don't have any questions for you. Fuck, messed up. Sorry.
You did good.
I'm still sweating from the questions.
Yeah.
Put you on the
just
spot.
made-
We
on
just
you.
do questions every week.
It just
now? Is
makes
that
me
what
feel
these
like
are?
I have a lot of work to do out there. You know what I mean? Like it makes me feel like I should get off the podcast and go start.
No, next week we'll do it. We could just have a topic set. We don't have rapid fire questions.
What is next
if we
week?
want.
Oh, I have a secret project. Oh, that's another thing on my list. I need to keep a list because I just had this list in my head. So we're going to Tahoe this week.
Mhm.
What should I wear?
I don't know.
I looked at the photos and
North
everyone's
Fork
wearing
hoodie.
like golf outfits.
Yeah.
But then in the background, some people are wearing like jerseys.
Yeah.
So what do I wear?
Do you want to be like getting sunburned and shit?
No.
We can look and see. Are you trying to like wear a jersey? Because we can look and see like who's playing.
No, I don't really wear jerseys.
Overalls? Way too hot.
Yeah. We need to figure out my outfit. So Sunday, there's a chance Sunday I might not be coming home.
Oh, you're staying?
Well, I was thinking about staying and trying to tie up with Trent Palmer,
Yep.
but now I think I'm going somewhere else.
Okay.
New Mexico.
Mystery.
I think I have to
Are
go.
you buying a vehicle there?
I don't.
Is that what it is?
I'm selling vehicles right now. But yeah, I think I might be buying a vehicle.
Ooh.
I know, mysterious. And the vehicle
Is it the one from last week?
ties in with a crazy idea that Drew and I have of doing a tour. Remember Adventure Tour?
So it might be, yeah.
It'll be like Adventure Tour.
See how you said people say stuff and your body starts heating? Say Adventure Tour, and I'm like,
So
"Fuck."
it'll be like Adventure Tour, but 2 vehicles. Yeah. Even thinking about it right now is making me sweat even more. I'm so sweaty.
My last time in Lake Tahoe was on an adventure tour. My first
You went
time
mountain
out,
biking and you fell down the hill.
Everywhere.
Did you ever hear about that?
I fell
No.
everywhere.
So we went mountain biking and we were like, hey, we just booked a mountain bike trip.
We went kayaking in the morning first. That was my first time kayaking.
Yeah, so we went kayaking and then we went mountain biking. We just got these bikes. And they were like, yeah, ride up this hill, which was exhausting.
Yeah,
And
the
then,
first
like-
4 miles were all uphill. It was like an 18-mile round, or
Yeah,
18
you
mile
ride
full.
up a hill for a long time. So you're like kind of gassed, right? If you've never ridden a bike, Austin.
Me.
And then the downhill, it got very technical at some points. Like it was
Like a Black Diamond type of run, or
I'm not familiar enough with mountain biking, but I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, they shouldn't send, like they knew Austin hadn't ridden a bike.
Yeah,
And they
my
knew
first
that
time mountain biking ever.
they knew that I was like 290. It's just, maybe wasn't the right trail for us.
No,
And we were going and we were like sort of catching up. And then at some point in time, Drew and I were like, let's just bomb this hill. Right.
Yeah.
So we went down. It was awesome. It was a really, really good trail. We got down there and it was like 30, 40 minutes and Austin just wasn't showing up. And we were like, how do we go back and check on him? Like, and we're just waiting. And then all of a sudden, I think you came down like walking your bike
I felt good a couple times.
and he was just destroyed.
Yeah, like bleeding, like blood just
Blood
running down my
everywhere. Like it
arms
looked like a
and legs.
movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, what happened to you? And you're like,
Well, I think at one point during it, I knew that I was obviously going to be like the loose link And I think at one point I was just like, you guys at least go and enjoy it, and I'll just get there when I get there. But there was a couple times where I fell, and I was like, fuck me. Like this, that's
Yeah, he fell a bunch. And when he came down over the hill, we all saw him and we were like, oh no.
But it was like, it was either 16 or 18 miles. And I had never,
damn.
and I had never mountain biked.
Yeah.
We're on Lake Tahoe on like the side of fucking cliffs.
You know, Adventure Tour is just sort of like,
I would say go back and watch the video, but I feel like from that day, there's probably not a lot of content because I was probably falling the whole time.
no, there's no way to
But
film
there's
it.
definitely some of it.
Adventure Tour was so wild because we just listed things and then like we just booked it all out and did it. So like we would just, and we weren't really prepared for anything because every day was a new adventure.
I mean, that's when I met you guys for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very thrown together, it seemed like, but it was really cool.
Yeah. It was just like, hey, let's just hike this. But like since we planned out 30 days of adventure, like you don't check the weather or know anything. You're just like, yeah, let's climb a mountain in Washington. And then you get there and you're like, oh, it's snowing. Like we were in Vegas 2 days ago. Like, I mean, awesome. But like same thing, the mountain bike thing. You're like, yeah, I don't know. We want to mountain bike one day. Cool. Let's do it in Tahoe after we kayak all day. So by the time you get there, you're burned from the first 23 days. And then you show up and you kayak, which, you know, now your lower back hurts and your shoulders hurt. And then it's like, all right, well, we're going mountain biking. Wait, who booked an 18-mile mountain bike ride? And then everyone looks at each other like, we don't even know who planned half this stuff because we were all trying. And then you just do it. No, Adventure Tour. And then the craziest thing about Adventure Tour was we would get done that day and then be like, all right, we have an 8-hour drive. And I was the only one who could drive the Eaton 10 speed. So I would drive 8 hours that night. I would park at 3 a.m., sleep, but like call time to start up was at 8 a.m. So I get 4 hours of sleep and wake up and be like, whew. And everybody else is sleeping except for Austin everybody else is sleeping because Austin is editing. And it was just chaos, dude.
It was a lot.
Did you guys program in any actual, like, this is just a travel day or this is a rest day?
Nope. No, if it was anywhere under 10 hours of driving, we were like, we can do it.
And we would just do it straight through.
So like after we hiked in Washington to see you, which how long did that take? That took a while, right?
I mean, each way, it was probably like a 5-hour day of hiking.
5 hours plus autographs in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we drove, from there, I think we drove that rig, I think to Montana that night.
Just completely
Probably.
that was a good hike too.
Yeah.
And everyone was just soaked and like wet.
Yeah. Because I think we had to do avalanche the next day.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
I
like
had no clue.
that was Adventure Tour. And
Yeah.
like people that were meeting us, they didn't know.
Yeah, they didn't care where we were coming from or
No.
that we just drove 12 hours.
No, when you see the band play, you're like, why are you guys tired? It's like we've been
on tour.
We were in Colorado yesterday, but you don't think about that. You don't care.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were it was something else.
It was a lot.
So running it back, maybe.
So we're running it back. We're running it back.
My blood temperature.
Adventure Tour. Austin might not come,
My body heat.
but
Flame on.
Jordan will be there.
I would love that.
Yeah. So we got to find a Sprinter van because that's going to be the second vehicle. Sprinter van.
Ooh.
Geez Louise.
So the first vehicle is the
A
one we looked at last
stressful podcast.
Exciting podcast.
It's, we'll see
sides of
Sunday.
the same
We'll see
coin,
Sunday
yeah.
because it might be Sunday, might not. We'll see.
Exciting.
But we'll be in Tahoe this weekend. We got an Amalware just dropped. We got this axe on the table that you can't buy. Onware's available now. Big Lemonade.
You can probably buy it on eBay.
Yeah. I'll put that.
I'm sure you could probably find one.
I'll throw that up on eBay after this is over.
I had a DM conversation with a guy yesterday or the night before that said he found one of our old Arctic white fanny packs and was stoked on it because he was asking me if we were coming out with some bags in the future, and so I talked to him a little bit about that. But yeah, he found a white one on eBay.
We also found 200 Jimbro bags.
Boom.
Yes,
Or Pro bags, right?
Pro bags, the sand
we
one
are
right there.
now fully stocked on Pro bags.
We had a
Yeah.
giant meeting here about we need to be better with inventory, and all of a sudden the staff came forward with we have 2 pallets of underwear. We have 200 bags. And it's like, guys, We need to know this inventory's here.
200 of
So
those bags is like pallets. Like it's a lot of.
There's
space.
no way
they
to
don't
ignore it.
fold up small.
No.
Like that's them and in a box.
it's like a helicopter back there. It's like somehow we missed a helicopter parked in the. But they're on the site now.
Buy it
Or else.
Get them now.
or don't buy it.
Do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Man, I am so stressed out right now.
we gotta record that video.
I'm so stoked.
Jordan, we need to give Jordan more of a workload
He's just
because like he hears those things and I don't think he doesn't
I
feel it.
understand. I understand very much the fact. It still gets me excited.
That's a good point.
How old are you?
29.
It's probably it.
Yeah,
He's in
see,
his
we were on
20s.
adventure tour at 29, just driving around America, right?
And we were excited.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm not lying.
I need to get more excited about things.
Get stoked.
All right, give me a second.
Try your best. What about now?
I feel hotter.
Yeah, that'll do
I
it.
feel hotter.
All right, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yeah.
That's it
All
for
right.
this episode. Of the
Nicer
Progress
questions
Over
next
Everything.
time.
All right.
Softball questions.
People,
Ask about
softballs.
like
My lawnmower.
Just what's your favorite color? Just,
yeah,
know.
it's like Trump on the Epstein list.
Yeah. Softballs.
Yeah, that's
Easy stuff.
That's an easy one. Yes.
Yeah.
On that note, good night, Dana.
Good night, Dana.
Good night, Dana. Double thumbs up, Dana. Bye-bye.